This is TWiT.
I am very thankful for Allo on the desktop because that's what happened today. And that's Jason and Ron and I have been talking all day through Allo.
We can't stop.
We can't stop talking now.
I know.
Now we can't stop talking because we can do it so quickly. And now I feel bad, like I was just bothering you all day. But all we were doing is we were sending links and we were sending stickers and we were making jokes and I was using the AI.
You were sending the stickers. Let's be clear.
I was sending the stickers. It's true.
Jason and I were working, and you were sending stickers.
It's like, man, another sticker must be Flo.
I freelance for a living. I'm self-employed, so I can send stickers if I want to.
That's true. That's true. We should all aspire to send more stickers. To be completely honest.
I'm just saying. So if you are interested in using Allo and you're curious on getting started, first you have to actually download the app. So do that first, put it on your phone, and then go to allo.google.com/web, and then you'll see a barcode appear, and you will scan that barcode from the app on your smartphone, and it will instantly, connect you to the browser. Now, I had to do this separately on my computer. So I had to do it one time for the Mac, one time for the Chromebook. I imagine any other computer I bring in, I'll have to do it again.
This is essentially working exactly how WhatsApp works.
Okay.
So since WhatsApp is also tied to your phone number for your identity, when you go to the WhatsApp web client or I use the desktop client, you need to zap a QR code with your phone inside the app to say, yes, this is me and I'm using it to authorize that computer. So Allo is following, it's literally the exact same experience.
And it's not actually taking data from Google servers from what I understand, right? It's streaming this from your phone to the computer.
Hence the barcode.
And hence the fact that because I did this on 2 different phones and what I realized, even though it was the same account, depending on the phone that I did, the conversations that were only on that phone came over. So it wasn't like a centralized database of all Allo conversations that you have. It's just the conversations from that device.
And again, that's exactly how WhatsApp works. It all is contained on the phone, and the phone needs to be on and connected to the internet in order for the desktop client to work. Same thing with Allo. It is so all the data is stored on your local device, and all you're doing is setting up a tunnel or a connection between the browser and the app on your phone. Nothing is stored on another server or anything like that, which is good from a security standpoint. But after playing with Allo and we were chatting and doing the whole thing, I just stepped back. I said, It took a year for this. Like I was, and I don't want to be sad. I don't want to be the kind of guy who like kind of poo-poos on the present, right? But it's like Allo literally has been out a year, right? It's been a year.
Yeah.
And this, I mean, it works. It's great, but there wasn't anything that blew me away that made me think this was worth waiting for a year.
Do you think the story around Allo would be different if this had been a launch feature?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. What do you think, Flo?
Well, I mean, so it's only for Android right now. So there's still some work to do.
There is a limitation there for sure.
Which is going to bum a lot of those of you out there out because you have friends on iOS, for instance, and maybe you were thinking, oh, I would love to have another chat app to tell my iOS friend to download so that they could talk specifically to me.
I would love to lure them away from iMessage.
I would love to lure them away from iMessage, which already does everything perfectly for them as iPhone users.
And there's probably no reason.
Yeah, I mean, it's Allo is continuing to have fatal failures that keep it from doing what they want it to do, which is to build a multi-platform, independent of what kind of operating system you have on, way to talk to your friends. And it's, they roll it out on iOS and Android, but without a desktop client. And now they roll out the desktop client, but it's Android only. It should have rolled out all this at once. And then someone like me who's on WhatsApp, and I use WhatsApp to talk to my friends that are on iPhones. Like we're all on a common platform and it just works. And I am not motivated to move them off of because that's what's got to happen. Is like that's what everyone's saying in the chat room. What's the point of Allo? None of my friends use it. Nobody's using this app. They're only going to use it if you tell them you can only talk to me with Allo, right?
Right.
And I'm not going to do that unless I'm not going to make someone go to a new platform unless I'm 100% confident that will solve all of my needs and their needs. Like I'm not going to force somebody to use a poor product. So they just can't win with Allo.
Especially when you have not just one other person that you need to convince, but a bunch of people, lest ye be left out of a whole bunch of conversations, because not everybody's going to switch initially. It's like you have to create this momentum of everybody moving over, and that's not easy to do.
Especially moving over from Hangouts. So like if you were thinking, hey, maybe this will be a replacement for Hangouts, it is not a replacement for Hangouts. First of all, it's a messaging app. And Hangouts is a chat app. Do you see what I mean?
What is the difference?
So the way I denote it is that a messaging app is you use it on your phone. It's just like it's very phone first in
Allo
that sense.
is.
Yeah. Like it feels very phone first, right?
Yeah, even the desktop version is like tied to your
exactly.
phone. Right?
Whereas Hangouts is very much like you can multitask, you can do IM, you can do video, you can do group chats very easily. It's a much more seamless user experience, and it doesn't seem just tied to like one person or one group of people. It's kind of this like global, platform where everybody's got Hangouts. I mean, if you've got a Gmail, you've got a Hangouts window right in there. Yeah,
but I mean, as a user, at least as users who actually pay attention to this stuff, it's gotten very confusing and very, very muddy, right? Like I've relied on Hangouts for years as the communication method that my wife and I, communicate on. We try and avoid SMS. We're using Hangouts. For a while, Hangouts had SMS integrated, so that was really easy to do. I'm a Google Voice user, so it's still through Hangouts, but my wife is not, so she's in two separate apps. So it's kind of like, it's confusing from that perspective for me to pitch the reason why you switch away, yet at the same time, it's obvious that Google doesn't want you on Hangouts anymore because they're giving you the message that says, hey, we booted SMS out of here, so why don't you try out this other app? And now just the end user is just like, okay, well, what exactly do I do then? I've successfully moved my wife over to Allo, and we've started using it and had the conversation like a week ago. She was like, I'm still confused. Is this the new thing?
I sat down with my wife at the dining room table, and we had a very, very serious conversation about our
Google
messaging strategy.
Because this is what it's come to.
Because it's come to, like couples have to discuss how are we going to talk on our phone.
Well, she was like, yeah, which is the place that I message to reach you? Which is the one? And I was like, well, let's do Allo from now on because it's it's a better experience and whatever. It's Google's new thing and everything. And so she's on board, but she couldn't care less. She just wants to know that she can reach me.
Exactly, when she needs to absolutely get to you.
And what's great about that is that you have one person to worry about. Like I have now successfully moved my sister, my brother-in-law, my girlfriend, my niece, my mom, my dad, all onto WhatsApp, and I don't know if I have the emotional wherewithal to do that again.
Yeah. Yeah, I completely understand. And then out of nowhere, a couple of weeks ago, some friends that I had kind of lost touch with, even though they're really good friends of mine, when I stepped away from Facebook, I realized they were on WhatsApp. And so we created a room in WhatsApp, and now we're chatting all the time and everything. So now,
that sounds way better than
now
Facebook.
I'm on WhatsApp, Allo, not Hangouts anymore, Messenger for other people. It's just, I mean, this is a greater conversation that we get into all the time, which is that messaging is a mess.
It's a total mess. And I mean, in addition to WhatsApp, I spend probably more time. I probably spend the most amount of time on WhatsApp, and SMS used to be the second one, but now Slack has moved into the second spot. And
that's really true.
And that's just a whole nother zone.
I have a personal Slack that I integrate with all of like the different work organization Slacks. And so I can just like hop between different, I can go from like social channel to work channel to this other work channel. It's really nice.
Yeah.
It's crazy.